Hello everyone, this is Ahmed Najjar back again. This video is all about this road generator using Blender geometry nodes that I have created. I know it's not perfect and it has some limitations, but this is the best I could do. Actually, I don't know, maybe it's either the reason is my knowledge limitation, or it could be sometimes I couldn't find any solution for the ideas in my mind using the geometry nodes. Right now I'm using the latest supported version, which is Blender 3.2.2, and using the geometries or the geometry nodes in this version, I was able to create this road generator. But it's only the road, by the way, so all of these components are not included in the generator, so it's only just for the scene that I put all together. If I remove this, we end up with only the road, and there's the plane that is the ground level as I used it here. So this is the geometry node tree that I have used to create this road, and it's all about a curve. So let's see exactly, or let's see a demonstration of this. For now, all what I will do is that I will keep the plane, but I will hide this NURBS curve. You can use NURBS, Bezier, or any type of curves that you would like to use. I will hide it, and I will hide also the other collection. So now we have only a plane, and I will go to the top of view. I will bring a new plane, a new curve. So Shift A, new curve, and let's select a simple Bezier curve, and I will go to the edit mode, and in the edit mode I'm gonna just delete these points, X, delete vertices, and let's draw our own curve. But before that, I will apply the geometry node that is our geometry node to this. So this is the geometry node of the road generator, and I will start drawing the curve. But when you press the draw, you need a surface, and in this case the plane is my surface. So I will start generating a new road. So just by dragging, drawing, you can see that I am generating this road like this, and automatically it is generated in this way, which is actually not the good way, but all of these are configurations that we can fix just right away using the parameters here. So the first thing I need to make sure of is that using the tab here, I need all the points to be in the 0 level. So I will go to 1 and bring all of them to 0, and by now we are ready to start. This point, I'm gonna fix this point, the last point, just select it, and on the 7 grab, and could be scale, and rotate a little bit to align with the next one or with the previous one, and you can see now that we have the road. Now this road does not appear as it was because of some of the configurations here. So let me first try to take we have 3 components or 4 components. We have the 2 sides of the road, and we have the middle line in the road, and we have the road itself. So from these configurations here, I'm gonna just increase the road width, and in this case you can see the road starts appearing here. So it was a mess up of the default settings for the parameters, that's it. So if we go to the road thickness, we can play with the road thickness. We can make it thin, as we can see here, and we can make it thick according to whatever the scene requires. Okay, so let's put it like 0.2 for now, and the road width is 3, that's fine. Okay, and we will control the other components like the middle island width. This is the middle island, and I'm gonna decrease the width of the middle island from 1 meter to something like 0.2 as well, or 0.1. And then we have the thickness, which is the height of it. So I can take down the thickness until almost it's aligned on our road. The same thing we can do with the side 1 and side 2. So for side 1, if I decrease it, or increase the width of it, you can see what's happening. And then the thickness of it, we can keep it just like a very simple one. The same thing for the side 2. I can just decrease or increase the width of it, and then the thickness, control the thickness of that side as well. So you can make it below the road line or on top of the, or higher than the road line. So all that you can control it with this. Then you can control the resolution of the road as well from here. So if we put it like 12, you see that it becomes a smooth road, as we can see right now. So these are the main components of the road, as we can see. And then if I go now to 7 and keep drawing another one, so I can draw another segment of the road. Let's say it goes from here till here. This is it, okay? And again, because it's snapped to the surface and my surface is not on the 0, these squares appears, and these are for reason. I will tell you about it just in a minute, okay? So if I move them all again to the 0, there is nothing here except this one, which I can move it also to the 0 manually, and there's nothing. But my roads are intersecting right now, okay? So in this case, I don't have any solution for the intersection in my generator because it's a difficult, and it was a nightmare. I couldn't achieve it. But what I can do is that I can move this road on top of the other one, and by moving this, for example, and this, okay, moving this to the z-axis, now you see that we have a column that appears as a supporting column. But if I increase this, or if I bring this back to here or to here, and then scale this side of the segment, then I have a smooth scale or a smooth transition for the curve. The same thing here, I need to increase this or scale this so that it gives me a very smooth scale. Okay, now that's not perfect, but we can make it perfect. First of all, we can move these points till here, and now we have a good slide or a good top or bridge. And now what I can do is that I can take this and subdivide them, another one, and this and subdivide them as well. Okay, one time. Then I can bring this and x dissolve it, but I can also bring these to the z-axis like this. Okay, and take this, scale it down, and also this side and scale it down. Okay, now we have a bridge. So it's all about how you can control your points. But this part of the column is coming out of the road, so I need to either control it with the road thickness, which is something that we can do. If I go here and just rotate Z just to make it perfect aligned. Okay, if I go now to the road thickness and increase it, I can cover it. Okay, but that's one way of solving it. The other way is to control the column itself. So the column, which is the column radius, I can make the column radius smaller just to match what I'm trying to do here. And I can move this point a little bit here so that it doesn't come to the other road or other side of the road, and this one is here. And now we can see we have this road with the edges on top of it, and that's fine. Okay, so this is how we can solve one of these parts. Okay, the other way that we can do it, I can also just align this to the next in a better way, and this also to rotate it this as a straight line, something like that. You can control it the way you want. This is your curve and you can control it. Now the next part that we need to talk about is the intersections. Actually, sometimes you have to have intersections between your roads. Okay, so let's take this side, okay, for example, and move it here, okay, and rotate it so that it comes like this. And let's draw another line. Okay, let's draw another line that continues down here. Okay, and let's just align them together, R, and almost continue each other. For this segment, I'm gonna reverse it, switch direction, because I need this to continue with itself and this to continue with the other side. Okay, and I think this needs to be rotated a little bit so it's a straight line. And we can take this and this, grab and move them to this side. Okay, now we have this, and we need also another intersection with here and there. But first, let's connect these together. So how can I do that? I have here ends with intersection option. It's Boolean. It means either on or off. So if I enable it on, okay, we will see that it should end with an intersection. But where is that intersection? In order to see the intersection, I'm gonna flip down here and see where's my intersection right now. Let's see how it goes. It should be for the first one. Okay, let me go down here, and for the intersection length it's 0. This is why it's not showing. If I increase the intersection here, you see that the intersection starts to be built. Okay, so I'm building an intersection between this segment and the other segment. Okay, and I can control the width from here. You notice that the intersection is not well aligned. Okay, and that's a problem in my generator. In fact, I admit that, because I couldn't find any other way or any solution. I'm telling you, it was not easy way to do the intersections, but I can solve it by making both sides of the road with the similar width. So if this width is 0.3, for example, if I go and put the other width as 0.3 as well, you see that it matches perfectly. Okay, so here I have an intersection and it matches that part perfectly. And here we have an overlapping, so I can go down and just reduce the intersection length until it matches exactly this point. Okay, you can decrease it with shift, or that's fine. Now again, there's a bit of rotation problem here. Let me check if I can solve it by moving this to the 0 level exactly, and moving this to the 0 level, and I can't see any tilt problem here. Maybe there's a tilt. No, there's no tilt, and that's it. So this is the best I could achieve, to be honest. Now what we can do is that we can go to 7 and continue drawing another road from this side like this, and another road from this side, and we can start aligning all these points together. So let me just fix this point here. There's a point that needs to be fixed, grab or scale. Let me see it. I'm not sure where it is. Okay, this is part of this segment. See, this is a point and this is another point. I don't need this point. X vertices, and let me just fix this point. Okay, I'm gonna take this and scale it down and scale this up so it's almost the same. That's fine. Okay, so now what I will do is that I will start also aligning this part with the intersection. Okay, so if I put it like this, I think it's good. Okay, and this one as well, I can rotate it and align it. Rotate more. Grab like this. I think it's fine if I rotate it more a little bit and move it. to be aligned with the edge. That's fine. Now the same thing we will do with this, and we can decrease the intersection length, because till here is fine. I think till here it's fine, and I can bring this and grab it here to align with the others. So now we have a good intersection that can live with these things actually. Okay, so I can make it better, and you can make it. If you can make it better, let me know actually. So I don't know why this has something, maybe because I moved it to the front. That's fine, okay, that's fine. You will never notice this overlapping in a from far away or from a distance. That's the best I could do with intersections, to be honest with you. I couldn't solve. I tried so many ways to find a way of bringing that intersection, let's say procedurally, but I couldn't. Please let me know if you have any good idea to that I can apply here. Let me know in the description. So that's my generator, okay, and this is almost all the parameters, but let me go back and see if we missed something. We have this dashed, so if I would like to have this middle island as a dashed line, so I can enable this with 1. So now it's a dashed line. Also for the both of these sides, I can make them dashed as well. This is the value and this is the value. If we increase the resolution length or the resolution of the curve, you can see it's something like that. I don't know if it is useful for some of you or not, so it depends on whether you like it this way or that way. So that's your decision. And if I go now and make it 12 black again, and just go and remove these, so these are the dashed alignments. So we have reverse road. In such cases, I might need to reverse the roads. So if I reverse this road, the intersection will come at the end. So check this out. So it's already reversed, but if I disable the reverse, so the intersection comes from this side. So you can select which side of the road you would like to have the intersection. And for example, if we have, there's an intersection here and there's an intersection here, this is a segment, this is a segment, this is a segment, and this is another segment. So how many intersections we could have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is one of them only. But if you enable intersection on all, you will see that all the roads will have an intersection according to their direction at the end of their of the segment. So we have like this. But sometimes I don't want on all of them. I need on only multiple multiple points. So I don't need all of them right now. Only number 0 is affected. But if I open or if I enable multiple roads intersection, and then I select the intersection index or the road index, right now it's 0. So this is segment number 0, and it has an intersection at the end. If I would like 0 and 1, then I can enable 0 and 1, as you can see. And if I would like 0, 1 and 2, this is 0, 1 and 2, okay? And then you can control how many segments or how many intersections you want on multiple road segments. But for now, let's keep it off. And for now it's only on number 2, because this is the selected index. I'm gonna bring it back to 0, and I'm gonna reverse the road to have the same as we had earlier. Okay, so this how we can control the things. If you don't want an intersection at all, just disable this ends with intersection. You will never have any intersection. If you would like to build it or to put a component here from your own design, then you can do that as well. Okay, intersection length, we explained it. This angle here, it's all about the intersection. So if I enable the intersection back again, sometimes you see that this angle here, I don't know if it is noticeable or not, but if I play with the angle, you see that now nothing happens, because I can increase the angle or decrease the angle of the intersection. That's something that might be useful in some cases if you would like to get use of it. Okay, so I like it this way. Now it's more convenient, it's more aligned with the scene better than the previous one. Okay, let's go back. This is the angle. The radius is for the columns, as we explained earlier. Okay, the resolution of the columns right now it's cylindrical, or it's a cylinder with 46 segments. Okay, but we can control it from here, let's say, and reduce it and make it just square. Could be like this, square column, and you can control how many segments you would like to have, for example 8 or 12 or whatever. And down here is the scale offset, which is actually I believe the scale offset is for what for the sides of the roads. Okay, the scale offset is for the sides of the road. You can have something like this where the sides goes down if you would like the bridge to be more thick or something like that, so you can control this. Okay, and that's it. I believe I covered everything here. Okay, you can create this kind of road, or you can convert all of it to something like a game level track by going crazy with some of the settings here. So for example, I'm going to increase this, and in this case you need to realign the segments to the intersection here. Let's get rid of this intersection and let's play with something else. I'm gonna just go to tab and delete this segment X and this segment X. Delete all the vertices, this one as well, you don't need it. I'm gonna just show you something interesting, and I don't need any segments, so it does not end with a segment. So this is like a kind of a road or some road. What I will do now is, for sure I need to take this and this and this a little bit to the side. Okay, now I can go crazy and I can just increase the middle island width, so it's a track by itself. Now we have 3 tracks, okay, 2 on the side and 1 here. I can increase the road thickness a little bit, and then we can increase side 1 and side 2, and you can see I'm gonna get also the middle island thickness like this. So this could be a game level track, so every track has a person or a car or whatever participant that is going to go through this. You notice here some artifact like this, but that's due to the scale of this one. If you increase the scale, you can get rid of this simply, and the same here, scale, and you get smooth shape. Okay, the same thing can be here. Okay, we can reduce the scale this time from this side, or increase it like this and move these 2 points a little bit here to have this kind of smooth. So this is one shape as well, and we can go and decrease the road thickness. Okay, and we can get something like that. Okay, we can increase the road thickness. Okay, and increase also side 1 width, side 2 width, thickness, and we have another road. Okay, so you can play with these shapes until you get one of the things that you think it's good for your scene. But notice that whenever you go crazy like this, grab Z as well, you need to consider the radius of this column or of these columns, as well as the resolution or something like that. So that's all for my generator. I hope that you like it. Please hit the subscribe button, or if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. and that's it for my generator. I will leave the file in the description, and I might upload it to Gumroad as well. So I will check the description. You will find some or one of the links that takes you to this file where you can get use of this generator. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon.